construction. So moving towards construction of the project lifecycle, you are looking at planning. Like what I was mentioning just now, you or the main contractors or the turnkey contractors have to look at how the construction should take place, how the design has come in and how they're going to complete within that 12 months or 14 months. So based on that information, the model will be integrated with the schedule. So you are able to see how day one or week one or month one, what will be planned to be constructed and how this will be executed. That's where combining of 3D model together with the schedule represents as fourth dimension. So the fourth dimension is the time component here. Progress report. Yes. Now to take this further, people have used drone to pick up the actual progress monitoring on site and also scanner to compare planned versus actual. So you're able to compare what was planned for and what has been executed actual on site rather than using photo and also compilations of progress report. So you can do that by using drone and BIM model now. And request for information and change management. By having all this information, you also need to manage information where you link and track all the requests for information directly to the model for error-free change management and up-to-date information for all parties. So this way, communication and also coordinations on site makes things easier and automated. And of course, document management. When we look at BIM, there's plenty of information available now. So there's multiple versions of drawings, then you have sketch, then you have RFI, and all of this information has to be managed. So you also can use BIM 360 as one of the example tools. There's many other tools available equivalent to your Dropbox or Google Drive, but Dropbox and Google Drive became only archival platform, but by using an automated BIM platform for document management, you are able to keep track of when it was changed, what was changed, what version of model or drawing that you are looking at. All this is interrelated without you remembering or keying in somewhere that you know that, oh, this was the latest version, this was the previous version. You don't have to do that. Okay, payment certification. So this is also one part of the construction process. Yes, progress of the construction is achieved, but someone has to certify that this progress is up to the plan and up to the acceptance of the design consultants and also the owner. So for progress payment and tracking for finances against project progression with live updates from the field. So based on the 3D model and based on the drone capture information and also tabulated information by the QS consultant, you are able to integrate this and able to portray and show what is the planned progress, what is the actual progress physically from the site. So the last stage is handover. Handover coming into final documentation. Now, this is the tricky part. Most of the time when it comes to handover, the construction drawing will be chopped or approved as built drawing, and this information will be moved to the facility managers or the asset management team. But then the verification is the most tedious, okay? Including the UTHM campus that you guys are staying now. The process of verification, there was separate consultant was verifying this. But with the 3D model, you can do a verification quickly because as-built models carry the as-built information where you're able to create, manage, and also report building spaces plus the asset with spatial containment, which is the location. So you know that which room, what do you have in the room? So if let's say, for example, an aircon, what is the brand of the aircon? When did they install? When did they service? You are able to keep track of this information. That comes under final documentation. Of course, to move it further, you need to do asset management. To take next step is from the as-built model, which is called as LOD 500, level of development or level of detail at 500. You can also do asset tagging and asset management, where informed decision support from the capital planning throughout the proactive asset maintenance, enabling you to mitigate in terms of risk, increase operational efficiency, including the operational cost, plus ensure regulatory compliance are also met. And the last stage will be facility management. So all of this asset has to be maintained and managed. So it helps team to organize and improve their space, occupancy, assets, moves, maintenance, and also leases of property management completely. So that is overall on BIM specifically. But then everyone talks about digital now. Everyone wants to move the entire manual process to digital. And we are the last second industry in the world that moving towards digitalization before agriculture. Okay, so what is the digital construction process that we are referring here? The entire digital construction process, which involves BIM process in construction, and then there's 4D and 5D simulation. So each of these represents as a topic. Please stay tuned and also follow up with all our sessions, because the team will be delivering more details on BIM process in construction, 4D and 5D simulation, BIM expertise and certification, what you can do next, lean scheduling, project management, digitizing site processes, and also reality capture. So this is what we are touching for this entire week. And if you realize, from 6th of December all the way until the 9th of December, these will be the speakers, and they will be touching on each of these topics. And each of these presenter are the subject matter expert for that particular topic. So take advantage of this particular situation. Okay, so in order to get more information of these sessions and also the digital site management or training and certification or digitizing process, as we are thinking about moving towards digitization, feel free to scan this QR code. You will get more details. Directly, you are communicating with the person in charge. Mike, you're able to scan here. You will get Mike's contact directly. Arif on the training and certification to take further. And Ash on the digitizing processes. You can just scan it from there. Okay, I think overall I've taken, I think it's about 37 minutes. Okay. So any questions and answers?
Thank you very much, Mr. NB Kumaran, for amazing presentation. Okay, for those who want to ask questions, you can ask now. Mr. Kumaran, what is the best references or book to study? Can you hear me, Mr. Kumaran?
Yes, Ken. What is the?
My question is, what is the book or references to start studying BIM?
Okay, that is a very good question actually. If you look at material that's available for the past 20 years, there's plenty of materials that's available. But in order for us to structure and go towards a proper implementation, so the best way is actually to look at, you can search for BIM in construction industry. So when you look at BIM at construction industry, there's technology references provided and also university references provided. So if, let's say, for example, this is an architectural student, they can look at AIA University. So they take leads on the BIM. Okay. And another for building, you can also go into the Building Smart. So Building Smart also provides research and also information, a guided way of how BIM is executed. For infrastructure, later I'll get Nurul to advise what is the single source that you can start to use.
Mr. Kumaran, we have one question here in the chat room from Dr. Andre.
Okay, so let me just read that here.
Mr. Kumaran, can you hear the question?
Yes, I can see that. So do we have any unexplored part from BIM system that worth to be studied in a research, since it seems that BIM is already a well-integrated digital system and ready to be used by market? Yes, Mr. Andre, they are. In fact, currently in the overseas, especially specifically if you look at the Middle East, they are looking at BIM towards risk management. Okay, And if you look at UK and US, people are using BIM for health and safety compliance check. So they take the BIM model and start to explore for simulations. Okay, and to make it further, people are also looking at how the heat analysis or wind analysis, all of that already in place. So if you ask me, is there any unexplored area specifically on digital? Yes, I think it's a good question to think about actually.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kumaran.
Okay, and Dr. Penel, I think you have a question here. BIM, any recommended material BIM in construction process or building smart?
Okay. So this is the velocity. So the velocity kat sini awak kena change to meter per second first. Okay. Net velocity adalah sama dengan 0 meter per second. Kenapa 0 meter per second? Sebab dia nak stopkan kereta tersebut. Okay.
The interaction. Is that
Interruption, right? That's why
interaction?
I was thinking how Dr. Penel's voice totally changed. So let me answer to the question. I think doctor was asking about which material, right? Recommended material. Actually, if you look at BIM in construction process, each developers or the principles of solution, they have come up with implementation roadmaps. You can also use that. That means it can come from Autodesk, it can come from Bentley, it can come from ArchiCAD. Okay, that can be used. And Building Smart have standardized it to a certain extent. They have standardized it towards constructability. Okay, and Cik Lutfi. So currently, in what level of BIM implementation in Malaysia? Okay, so when we talk about level, yeah, I did not touch on the level. I believe the team will be touching on the level. So there's level 0 up to level 3. In Malaysia, at this moment, we are working towards level 2. Yes, where it is coordinated and exchanging BIM model on a single platform.